guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, hi, my name is Jackie. I am a nursing student. I am in my third semester and I'm 22 years old, and I make nursing school videos. So today I decided, since I am studying for my exam, which is in about a week and a half, that it'd be a great idea to kind of show you guys how I study and techniques that I use, extra supplies that I use, and things that I recommend that I have kind of picked along my nursing school journey that I feel are great and that they may help, you know, one of you guys. So if you guys would like to know how I study in nursing school, then just keep on watching. Okay guys, so the first thing that I do when I have an exam, I don't know how everybody's nursing school works, but in my nursing school, we don't get a study guide, we actually get a blueprint, so it kind of shows us what's going to be on the exam and how many questions. So I actually printed it off for you guys. This is the one for this exam. So all of our exams are actually 50 questions, and the blueprint kind of splits up the questions by topic. So it'll tell you, like, for example, hypertension is going to have 3 application questions. Meds, we're going to have 2 knowledge questions, and we're going to have 5 application questions. So it kind of gives you an idea of what the majority of the exam is going to be about and what you need to concentrate on based on how they have split the questions based on each topic. So we actually have a cardiovascular test, and like I said, a week and a half. It's on Wednesday. Today is Saturday. So it's not a week and a half. What is wrong with me? It's in like 4 days. What is wrong with me? Sorry. Okay, so whatever. Other than that, this is our blueprint. I hope you guys will be able to see this. So this is kind of what our blueprint looks like. I really hope that's picking it up for you guys. But yeah, so that's kind of what it looks like. And as you can see, I've highlighted meds, MI, CHF, vascular disease, and dysrhythmias. It didn't come highlighted, like the blueprint just comes plain and simple, black and white. I said the first thing that I do is I go into the blueprint and I highlight the topics that have the main questions, like the most amount of questions. So on this exam, our meds are 7 questions. MI is 5 questions, CHF is 5 questions, vascular disease is 4, and dysrhythmias is 4. So those are going to be the topics that have the most, you know, the bulk of the questions of the exam. So I highlighted those just so I know that those are the topics that I need to focus the most on and maybe look a little bit more in detail than the other ones. Because, for example, CAD, I'm not going to spend 3 days on CAD because there's only 1 question on it. So it's awesome because it kind of gives you an idea of where you want to focus the majority of your studying. That you have to study a little bit more on these topics and a little bit less time on these other topics. So this is awesome, and I think that they do have these usually for nursing schools because I have watched some other nursing school videos, and I know that the girls say that they have blueprints as well. So that's the first thing I do. I go in and I highlight my main topics, and then what I do after that is I'll go into my book and I'll actually tab off every single chapter that we're going to have for that exam. So as you can see here, this is obviously my Med-Surg book, and I have broken up all of my chapters and I have tabbed them out just because when you're studying, everything kind of makes a difference. You know what I mean? Like, time is of the essence. Like, you guys already know, if you're in nursing school, or if you haven't been in nursing school, you know nursing school is hard. It's a lot of material just thrown at you, and when you're studying, it's literally the best to be as organized as you can be. And I feel like this absolutely helps me so much because if I'm like thinking about something, or if I'm watching a video and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot the number to this, I literally just pull out my book, open it up, find it, and it's like quick, you know what I mean? And all that kind of plays into a role of how stressed out and how you feel while you're studying. So like, it's just so much easier to just open up your book and know exactly what you're looking at, what chapter you need, and all that. So that's the second thing that I do. Third thing that I do is I will print off the PowerPoints that my instructor has provided for us. So lately my instructor has not been providing the PowerPoints before class. So what I'll just do is, while she's going over the PowerPoints in class, since I don't have the PowerPoint to print out, I'll just open up my book, and while she's going through the material, I'll be highlighting exactly what she's talking about, just so that I can get already a mental note, and I'll already have highlighted things that she has focused on that she thinks we need to pay a little bit more attention to. So when I open up my book to start studying, I know, oh yeah, I remember she talked about this in class, she talked about this in class, you know what I mean? So it's like already highlighted what she has focused on. And then once she does post the PowerPoints, that's when I'll go ahead and print off the PowerPoints. And for the topics that are a little bit more complicated, because I am in Med-Surg, so it's more disease processes, if I'm like confused on, for example, CHF or MI, I'll actually go into YouTube and I'll just type up CHF or MI. And my favorite person to watch is actually registered nurse RN. I hope you guys have watched her videos before if you are in nursing school. And if you haven't, you guys need to watch her videos. I absolutely love her. I watched her in Foundations for acid-base balance and for a couple other things. She even has amazing things for clinical. So I absolutely love her and I recommend her. So she is one that I watch. And if she actually provides notes too. So like, if you think that you don't really understand the book's note, you know, the book's material, because sometimes the book is way more complicated than what you actually need in class, or, you know, you don't like your instructor's PowerPoints, whatever it may be, she actually prints off notes, which I can show you guys. So like I was saying, she actually makes her own notes and she even posts it for you to print off. So she is literally the best. So this is an example of her notes. So for my diabetes test, I didn't really enjoy reading the book that much for it. I didn't really understand a lot of what the book was showing and it didn't really put it together for me. So what I did is I printed off her lecture notes and I went through her video, like I watched her video while looking at her lecture notes, and literally it made everything so simple. I got a 92 on my exam just watching registered nurse RN and reading her notes. But on top of that, I did actually take these lecture notes to the book and made sure that I added any additional notes or details that my instructor did focus on. Like, these are her lecture notes that she has that you can print off, and I have like written all over them and focused on them because she just makes some topics that I do not understand so simple, and I just freaking love her. I will rave about her forever and I will watch her until the day that I pass my NCLEX, because people even write on her comments that, you know, they passed her NCLEX watching her videos. So that's how you know she's pretty good. So once I have printed out like my instructor's PowerPoints and I've already, you know, done everything that I've already told you guys, the next thing that I do is taking it back to the blueprint. So you see these ones that I highlighted, those are going to be the ones that I'm going to study first, obviously, because those are going to be the heaviest questions on the exam. I want to make sure that I go through those first so that I am able to go through them and review them several times, and I already have those notes done. So what I've been doing lately, once I've already highlighted those, I start going through the book, and with my teacher's PowerPoints, I will literally have both of them like right on top of the other. I will go to the book and look for example, MI. I'll open up the book, and what I start to do is create a concept map. So some people love concept maps, some people hate them. I only use concept maps for things that are a little bit more difficult for me to understand, just because I enjoy having all of the information on one page related to that certain topic. So this is actually my concept map for MI, which is like pretty busy, but it's just like something that I never thought that I would use to study. Like, I mean, I've seen people using them and stuff, and I'm like, that is just so much work, and I don't think that that'll help me and all that. And then I started doing them, and oh my goodness, just like writing it all down on one piece of paper. Like, I learned really well by writing down things, and I'm able to study like while reading, but like writing down is how I really truly understand and like am able to put things together, just because it's all in one, and I put the most important things on this piece of paper so that when I'm studying, all I gotta do is pull out my concept map and it's super easy. So for my heart failure, I also did another concept map, which is this one right here. And this one, as you can see, I had like open space because the heart failure meds, I wanted to make a whole different sheet on them, which I did right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and like paper clip these together, and I even made a page for right and left heart failure. And heart failure, it does have 5 questions, so like it's just super easy to like paper clip these together. So when I want to re-study my heart failure stuff, I just pull these out and I have all the information in my handwriting, in words that I understand and I've already read the book, so when I'm reading my notes I'm like, oh yeah, I remember in the book it said this and this. I like, if I'm still not understanding it, I've written down the book, that's when like I said, I go through and I'll watch registered nurse RN videos, and you can even watch other people's videos. There's so many videos on YouTube where like you can literally just sit there and they will just draw all over, they'll write, however you like to learn. If you like to learn by just listening to someone, there's videos for that. If you like to learn by people drawing all over a board, there's videos for that. Like there's so much stuff online that we can use that people didn't have long ago, and I don't know how they did it because this stuff is hard, but it's just awesome. And you guys really should use the tools that we have. Like we have the internet at the palm of our hands. I even go through Pinterest. I don't know if you guys have used Pinterest before, but I will go through and I'll look at, actually let me show you guys an example. For heart failure, I looked up CHF nursing and this came up. I don't know if you could see that, but I can read it to you guys. So for left side, just remember forced, fatigue, orthopenia, rails, restlessness, cyanosis, confusion, extreme weakness, and dyspnea. And that's forced. So it's mnemonics basically. It's really easy to like pin all these things, and like while you're doing anything, instead of being on social media, you pull up your Pinterest and you're like, let's just review. And that's what I do. And then the things that I have like less questions on, I'll just look at either my teacher's PowerPoints or I will look at the book. Usually I'll go through my teacher's PowerPoints just because she sums them up a little bit better. But if I'm still not understanding it from the PowerPoint, then I will go back into the book. And even if it's only a couple questions, you can literally also just YouTube those videos on hypertension, cardiac catheterization, like all these things, just so that it's really quick and easy. You watch and you're like, got it. You know what I mean? And if you have to write any notes on it, you can. So you kind of just have to figure out, how do you learn? Do you learn better by writing? Do you learn better by studying off PowerPoints? Do you learn better by videos? And it's kind of just playing and trial and error. You know, I've done all of the above. Tried typing, realized that wasn't for me, stopped doing that. I started watching videos, loved watching videos, and I use them for some topic. In nursing school, it's honestly just about how you study. Some things may work for others, some things won't. It's really just like how it works for you. I've come to realize that I never thought that I would make concept maps, and now here I am making these super long concept maps, but I literally have so much fun doing it. Because another thing that you should always use in nursing school is colors, color highlighters, color pens, like color markers. Literally all that is so much, it's so helpful. Just because like when you picture this, you're gonna picture, okay, drug therapy was in pink, what was it? You know what I mean? Like it's so much easier for you to link it to colors and highlighters. And I mean, studies show that when you highlight things, when you use colors, it's so much easier for you to learn it and for you to remember it. And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about is this book, which I'm sure you guys have heard of if you guys have watched How I Study Nursing School videos before, but it's the Saunders NCLEX RN exam book. So I talked about this before on my channel in my Nursing Essentials video. So this book basically breaks up nursing school by semester. So you want to know about foundations? It's in here. If you want to know about, you know, psych, it's in here in its own little section, and it's literally just breaks it up into topics. Personally, I'm going to be honest with you, I have not used this in Med-Surg, and I have not felt the need to use this in Med-Surg just because I have found my own way of studying that has worked for me right now. But I did use this a lot in foundations, and it was so helpful in foundations just because it has practice questions in here, and then once you do those practice questions, it has rationales. So it's just an awesome way to practice questions, and then if you get it wrong, to read those rationales, because this book does a great job at kind of pointing out the most important things that you should know about each topic, so that if you know, maybe you skipped over something, you're like, oh my god, that is so important to know. This book is kind of going to remind you, like, hey, when you're talking about cardiovascular diseases, remember these certain things, because these things are always going to come up and these things are most important, and you'll most likely see them on your NCLEX. So this book is really awesome. I just haven't felt the need to use this in this semester, but I did use this in mental health, and I did use this in foundations, and I most likely will use this in some upcoming semesters. And if I don't, I will 1000% use this when taking my NCLEX to practice. So I just wanted to tell you guys, like, if you guys struggle with the types of questions in nursing school, you are not the only one. My first semester of nursing school was like hitting me Like every exam would just punch me in the face. Like I would study the material and I'd feel so confident in the material, and then I would go into the exam and they'd ask me these questions, and you know how they ask nursing school questions, and I would just be like, did I even study? Like, I don't know anything. But honestly, those questions, you know, the application type questions, it's honestly just practicing. Once you learn how to answer those questions and how to interpret those questions and how to point out certain things, it becomes so much easier for you to apply it. You know what I mean? Like now when I study, I don't just study to memorize. I study and I will pick apart, you know, if this were to happen, if this were to happen, if this were to happen, and I would be able to put those together because I'm studying in a different way and I'm looking at the material in a different way rather than just memorizing. I'm not memorizing. I am understanding it to be able to put it into practice if they were to throw application type questions at me. So another thing is, if you guys struggle a lot with select all and apply questions, there are so many videos online and even on Pinterest on tips and tricks on how to answer select all and apply questions. Okay guys, so my camera decided to stop recording, but either way, that is the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and comment if you guys have any requests, or if you guys have any feedback, if you guys have any recommendations on how you guys study and things that have worked for you. I would love to hear it, and I'm sure others would love to hear how you guys study. If you guys have found a little secret, you know, that I haven't figured out just yet, I'd love to hear it down below. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!